Welcome back. As China's middle class grows increasingly affluent, their demands for delicacies have also been growing and increasingly diverging. Some brands are hoping to attract domestic foodies by introducing established foreign brands.
In addition to reaching out to economical customers, some companies are forging partnerships with foreign brands to cater to a more diversified and increasingly picky customer base. In 2013, Song Hello set up a joint venture with vintage Japanese brand Riviera Tokyo. The three-floor restaurant offers both Chinese and Japanese food at the Bund in Shanghai.
In this partnership, we want to add innovative services that meet international standards on the basis that we have a good understanding of consumption habits and consumers in China. Our Japanese partner takes a bigger responsibility in improving service standards and making marketing plans.
The restaurant is not so economical. Meals in a private room cost about 600 per head, while casual dining on the first floor costs about 200 to 300 yuan per head. But industry insiders say exotic flavors are the biggest attraction.
Different cuisines are priced very differently. For example, people are more prepared to pay 100 to 150 yuan per head for Thai food. And for Italian, French and Japanese food, 300 yuan per head is pretty common. People are happy to pay more for good food.
Revenue at Riviera Song Hello had been growing by 50% annually in the past 2 years, exceeding tens of millions of yuan a year now. Behind the expected popularity among customers and business performance, there have also been unexpected situations.
At
that time, there were high anti-Japan sentiments, as well as the fresh restrictions on diners funded with public money. We lost some revenue because of that, but it also gave us an opportunity to change our business strategy. So we changed our target customer from mainly business reception to more casual business and private gatherings, and also catering for weddings.
The company sees good business in China's growing market for wedding catering services. Over 13 million couples get married every year in the past 4 years. Industry Research Institute, Forward, estimates market value to be about 340 billion yuan now, with more potential to grow. For Riviera Song Hello, revenue from wedding services now accounts for at least a third of its total income. Another benefit of the partnership is a more diversified customer base. Kato says in the past, Song Hello's customers are predominantly Chinese. Now, 30% of customers are of different nationalities, from Japan, the US, Europe, and Southeast Asia. Currently, the restaurant runs 2 separate kitchens for Japanese and Chinese dishes, and it is planning to mix the 2 cuisines.
Japanese food in general is less oily, but Chinese food has stronger flavors and has darker sauces. It's not easy to combine the best qualities of both cuisines, and that's what we have been working on. We thought we would be more competitive if we can provide customers good services and creative dishes combining the 2 food cultures.
Xiao Nan Guo Group, a major Shanghai catering service company, has also introduced several foreign restaurant brands in China, including the Japanese brand Orino, which added 63 million yuan to the company's revenue for the first half of 2015.
Professor Jia, can you comment on the pros and cons of partnering with foreign brands?
Right. Well, there are 2 main advantages I see. One is basically offers a wider variety of menu options to customers and to cater towards different preferences for food. And the second advantage is I think by introducing or combining foreign food, it helps the restaurant to differentiate itself from other competitors. Right. So these are the 2 advantages. But the downside and potential challenge, one is the fact that it's going to be harder for the company to position itself, because we know that restaurants are known by the food type, right? Sichuan restaurant, or it's a hot pot restaurant, or a Hunan restaurant. Right. But when you have Chinese food and Japanese food, well, how do you position yourself? That's right. So you might actually lose focus in that sense. And another challenge is actually management. When you try to manage a wider menu or dining options, the management costs will go up. It's going to be more complicated to manage the operations.
That's indeed the case. So, Professor Jia, in addition of partnering with foreign brands and also bringing foreign brands into China, a lot of Chinese restaurants are branching out abroad as well. Right. We've seen Haidilao going abroad, we've seen Meizhou Dongpo going abroad too. Right. What are some of the main challenges when Chinese companies go abroad? Right.
That's a very interesting observation, Tracy. I think now globalization of Chinese companies is a very typical trend. Also, so basically restaurants are also trying to tap into foreign markets. And I think, Chinese cuisine actually has very solid foundation, in foreign markets. If you think about the number of Chinatowns around the world and number of Chinese restaurants, in different locations around the world already. But the challenge for Chinese restaurant going abroad, there are several of them. So the first one is a deep understanding of the local market, understand what consumers need, understand what kind of interior decoration the restaurant should have that cater towards the customer's preference. And the second challenge is actually talent, both management talent as well as finding the right chef, right, in overseas market. And the third challenge is actually policy related. So understanding local regulations, for example, tax issues, accounting issues, legal issues, labor issues. So I've seen Chinese restaurants are actually looking at these challenges when they go abroad.
I see. So other than offering different menus to offer more exotic cuisines, some other innovations in the restaurant industry are happening?
Right, I think so. I think now restaurants are focusing more on home delivery service. So for example, Haidilao, which is a very classic hot pot restaurant in China, now offers home service. So if you can have a hot pot get together at your home, but you don't have to worry about bringing any meat or vegetables or buying the pot. The restaurant will do that for you. So they will deliver the meat, the vegetable, everything you needed to have the hot pot party. And then once you're done, they will come to your home and clean up all the stuff. So basically, the restaurants are offering their customers more dining options. So you can choose to dine at their restaurant, or you can choose to dine at home.
And many people have been doing that from my experience. Right. Everybody is choosing to host their hot pot parties at home now.
That's right.
Folks, you see the changes in industry is tremendous. Well, it's time for another break before we look at how old brands are managing production quality in their expansion and adapting to the internet era.